Hey, I'm Danielle on the product engagement team. Today I'm going to be walking you through a common workflow that we see automated with Tines, a suspicious login. But let's quickly take a step back. Tines is a smart, secure workflow builder. You can use Tines to automate workflows of varying complexity, like communication, incidents and alerts, identity, and access management. When you book a demo with one of our product experts, they'll walk you through workflows that are relevant to your business needs. For now though, let's take a look at a sample suspicious login use case. In this workflow, we're going to walk through ingesting and enriching a suspicious login alert, making decisions, documenting that alert, and then taking further action like reaching out to a user and remediating the alert as well. This workflow is going to connect to a variety of IP enrichment sources: Tines case management system, Tines template library, Slack, and Google. But you can connect to any platform that has an API really easily in Tines. We built this workflow using our 8 action types here, dragging them onto the storyboard and connecting them. To kick off any automation, you'll need an input. With our webhook action, you can receive alerts in real time from external applications, your SIM, EDR tool, and more. The HTTP request action is what allows you to connect to any platform that has an API, public or private. You can automate actions based on emails you've received. The event transform action will let you transform any data payload without needing to know or use Python. And finally, a Tines-powered page can act as a landing spot for people to be able to submit requests, including a variety of inputs like text and files. Let's go ahead and send some sample alert data into this workflow to see the results and dig more into what Tines can do. I'm going to send a known bad IP address as an example here, so we can see what happens when there's a suspicious login. You'll notice that as soon as I ran this, alert bubbles appeared in our workflow. These bubbles represent the event data running through the workflow and gives you a visual indicator of where the data has started, stopped, how many times it's run, what paths it's gone down, and more. At this point, we've received our alert and captured a record of it. Records give you a macro view of data points across all story runs. Here, it tells the story to capture data from the incoming webhook before proceeding to the next actions. This action is called Send to Story, and it lets you send out to another Tines story with data in it, in our case to analyze an IP. Send to Story is great when you have actions that you regularly perform in lots of different stories. Here we're analyzing an IP, which can happen in lots of use cases. So instead of building this flow each time, we can instead send our data to this substory. Opening this up here, we're going to be looking up that IP in a variety of different sources like Grey Noise, VirusTotal, Abuse IPDB, and more before returning the result back. If we check out the events here, we'll see the result come in of the IP analysis with all the data in there. So Grey Noise is classifying this IP as malicious, and the VirusTotal score, which is a community rating based on votes and feedback from VirusTotal users, is 8. Low on the positive side of the scale, but we should be cautious moving forward. But you don't even have to dig into the events here to understand what's going on. We've added an AI step here to summarize the analysis for us, which you can see. We'll add this enrichment to our record before moving on and making some decisions below. Trigger actions are like rules that you set to decide if the event should go down one path or another. So here, if the VirusTotal malicious score was greater than 5, we'd call it known bad and it would travel down this path. If it's known good, we'll call it less than or equal to 5. You can have multiple trigger rules here to add complexity to your decisions, and you're not limited to an if-else or true-false type of path. You can easily create multiple paths and have your alerts go down all that are relevant to it at once. So now that we know this alert is a known bad alert, and we have a little bit more information about it, we went ahead and created a new case in Tines. If we go check out our cases in the Tines dashboard, I can see that that alert has come in. So checking out the case, you can fully customize this to look however you want it to. I have a sample runbook in here with my initial assessment that I can start checking off and documenting that in the timeline and activity section here on the left. We can also see some activity that was completed automatically, like setting the status, the priority, and tags. We can also see a bit of user metadata, like their email, the record we created with the user's details, and our AI summary is here that we captured previously with our IP enrichment. Heading back to our workflow now, we'll notice that the workflow has stopped at this point. So it went pretty quickly at first through these steps, and now it's waiting. In one path, we're adding our IP enrichment as a note to our case, which is using a Tines template. These are pre-configured actions that you can choose from. We've used a Tines template here, but there are hundreds of products that you can choose from. In our second path, we've reached out to a user on Slack. You can easily do this in Teams or really whatever tool that you use and ask them if they recognize the alert. There's additional complexity that you can add here, whether you want to additionally send an MFA prompt and more, but we can see this customized message here with some information. I'm going to go ahead and respond no, it wasn't me, I don't recognize it, and when I do that, my response will be captured and the workflow will capture this and continue down the relevant path. So immediately we've noted that the user clicked no, we've captured a record of that and updated our case accordingly. So now if I go to check out our case again, we'll be seeing a pretty quick update here where the case status will be high and the user did not recognize this activity. If I wanted to go ahead and suspend this user based on all of this information, I could by running this action here. But let's take an additional step first. So we've seen that all of this can be done automatically based on the actions you add and connect up within your story. You can add moments where the story is going to wait for input, either from you, a tool, or a user, but you can also use Workbench to access your data, review the case, and take action for you in real time. So let's quickly load this case in Workbench, and here you can just say what you want to do in natural language, and it can take it from there. We want to check whether this person is out of office at the moment in case we need to take further action. So we'll ask Workbench to check this out for us in Bamboo, confirm that it can review this. Okay, so we can see that this user is not currently out of the office, so the new IP address we're seeing is suspicious. Let's add this as a comment to our case so we can track what kind of actions we're taking, and then we'll head back to our case. So here's the comment Workbench has added for us. Now we're feeling confident that we should actually take action. So we'll click here, go back to our story, and it's going to start suspending the user in Google. Once it's done this, it's also going to update the case for us, again, just so we're tracking all of those steps that we're taking. So in just a couple of minutes, we've gone through some really basic components of Tines, but already the power of these steps is huge. You can do so much with them. This is one example of what you can automate, but like I said earlier, you can connect to any tool to automate whatever workflow is important to you. If you want to learn more about Tines, you can book a demo with the team, start learning in Tines University, or just get stuck in the always free community edition of Tines. Thank you.